The lights blaze, the audience buzzes, and the shock detonates before Ivanka Trump can even adjust her microphone. Leaked financial records, dropped just minutes before the event, reveal offshore accounts tied to Ivanka's companies. The documents show payments routed through shell corporations while her father's White House approved federal programs directly benefiting those same entities. It's a revelation that sets the arena on fire. Reporters shouting, phones lighting up, the crowd restless. Jasmine Crockett knows this is her moment. She raises a thick folder marked with bank logos and federal seals. Her voice cuts clean across the noise. Ivanka Trump claims to stand for honesty and women's empowerment, but the receipts tell a different story. Offshore accounts, hidden transactions, millions flowing in while ordinary Americans struggle to buy groceries. That's not empowerment, that's corruption hiding in plain sight. Gasps sweep through the hall, and a wave of applause follows, drowning the moderator's attempt to regain control. Ivanka leans in, smile polished but tight, insisting it's a smear, that her business affairs are separate and independent. Crockett doesn't let her breathe. Separate? These wires were cleared through the Treasury while your father sat in the Oval Office. Independent? The approval signatures are tied directly to officials you dined with at the White House. You didn't separate. You profited. The hall erupts again. Cheers, boos, chants colliding in a storm of chaos. Trying to reclaim her footing, Ivanka pivots to her talking points about job creation, new opportunities, and women-led initiatives. Crockett slams down another page, her tone lethal. While you bragged about empowering women, hundreds of small women-owned businesses were denied aid. Their applications stamped denied, while your shell companies cashed in. That's not leadership. That's theft wrapped in designer packaging. The chants rise louder now. Jasmine, Jasmine! Echoing off the rafters, flashing lights capturing Ivanka's forced composure as her hands grip the podium. Reporters tweet in real time, headlines exploding. Crockett slams Ivanka with hidden fortune documents. The moderator begs for calm, but the stage has shifted. The first exchange ends not in balance, but in domination. Jasmine Crockett stands tall, receipts blazing under the lights, Ivanka visibly rattled, the audience electric with fury and awe. The verdict is already written. Crockett has seized control, and Ivanka is fighting uphill from the very first round. The moderators try to steer the event back to order, but the air is thick with tension. As the next topic shifts to integrity in government, Jasmine Crockett wastes no time. She lifts another document, stamped and dated. Her voice cuts like a blade. Here we have correspondence from your own executives, Ms. Trump. They wrote directly to senior White House officials, asking for favorable treatment, special access, and exemptions for your businesses. Within weeks, payments cleared into your offshore accounts. How do you explain that? The arena erupts in chaos, boos, cheers, chants crashing into one another like waves. Ivanka presses forward, smile firm but eyes flickering, insisting that she always acted in good faith and never mixed family with policy. Crockett fires back instantly. Good faith? These wires don't spell good faith. They spell favoritism. They spell a system where your family's name opened doors that hardworking Americans could never touch. And they spell betrayal. The audience surges again, phones flashing, cameras zooming in on Ivanka's clenched jaw. Trying to regain ground, Ivanka pivots, claiming her initiatives have created opportunities for thousands of women and families across America. Crockett seizes the pivot, voice sharper, steadier. Opportunities? You funneled resources into your own empire while small business owners, women who aren't born into privilege, were denied the very programs you claim to champion. Don't talk to us about empowerment when your brand got rich while their dreams died. The crowd explodes, standing ovations rolling through the hall like thunder. Ivanka raises her volume, accusing Crockett of political theater and personal attacks. Crockett doesn't blink. Theater is smiling while pocketing taxpayer money. Theater is preaching empowerment while wiring millions offshore. Theater is standing here pretending innocence when the receipts are screaming guilt. The chants for Jasmine drown the moderator's gavel, the sound shaking the rafters. Reporters flood social media with real-time blasts. Crockett batters Ivanka over offshore accounts. Protesters shout from the balcony. Security moves in. The stage is pandemonium. Cameras capture the split-screen moment. Ivanka rattled, her smile faltering. Crockett steady, folder open like a prosecutor delivering closing arguments. The segment closes with one image burned into the nation's memory. Jasmine Crockett standing unshaken, papers spread like evidence, while Ivanka Trump falters under the weight of the truth. The night is no longer about promises or policies, it's about survival, and Crockett is winning. The final round begins, and the moderator's voice can barely cut through the frenzy. The question is direct. Ms. Trump, will you commit tonight to full disclosure of your financial records, including offshore holdings, to prove you have nothing to hide? The crowd hushes for an instant, all eyes fixed on Ivanka. She shifts, forces a smile, and says disclosure would be inappropriate and a distraction. Jasmine Crockett steps forward, voice clear, sharp as a verdict. Inappropriate. The only thing inappropriate is hiding millions while American families choose between rent and medicine. A distraction. No, Ms. Trump, the distraction is your polished smile while your accounts fill with taxpayer dollars. The audience detonates. Applause, shouts, chants of Jasmine, Jasmine, rolling across the arena like a wave. Ivanka raises her voice, accusing Crockett of lies, of partisanship, of attacking a woman for her success. Crockett raises the final weapon, a letter bearing the Department of Justice seal. This confirms that investigators are actively reviewing your company's financial ties to federal contracts. This isn't my claim. It's your government's own investigation. Tonight you are not a victim of lies. You are the subject of truth. Gasps ripple through the hall, followed by thunderous applause, reporters on their feet, headlines writing themselves in real time. Ivanka's composure cracks. Her hands tremble at the podium, her words stumble, her face tight under the hot lights. Crockett doesn't relent. The Trump dynasty has profited long enough off the American people. Tonight the curtain has been pulled back. No brand, no dynasty, no last name can shield corruption forever. The chants rise louder, drowning out Ivanka's protests. The moderator's voices are useless against the roar of the crowd. The broadcast ticker flashes across every screen. Crockett crushes Ivanka with final receipts. Chaos erupts. Crockett steps forward for the last word, her voice steady, her eyes locked on the cameras broadcasting to millions. If you're tired of corruption dressed up as leadership, if you believe truth must be louder than lies, then subscribe, comment, and share this message, because only together can we end the dynasty of deception and return power to the people. The final image sears into history. Jasmine Crockett, fist raised in triumph, the crowd on its feet chanting her name, while Ivanka Trump stands cornered in silence. The night ends not in debate, but in defeat.